Baseball, apple pie, and denim. What do these three things have in common? They are all American. Tomorrow is actually National Denim Day, and to celebrate, we are going vintage hunting. So Paige is live in Fort Worth at Studio 74 to find out why denim is a fashion choice that just never goes out of style. Hello, Paige.
Hey, good morning to you and good morning, Texas. I have to say, this is so exciting to be here. We, as you heard, is that we are at Studio 74 Vintage right here in the heart of Fort Worth, kind of off the bricks on Camp Bowie. And I'm excited to introduce you to Laura Simmons. So, Laura, one thing I want to get off right off the top of this is that you have been honored in a big way when it comes to fashion. Tell me about what Vogue had to say about you and your store.
Yes, ma'am. So back in the fall, Vogue magazine named our store one of the world's best vintage clothing stores.
Did you hear that? One of the world's best clothing stores. And I have to say, when I walked in, and even now, it's very difficult for me to focus because there's so many fantastic things to look at.
Thank you.
I also want to mention this, that you are a former police, somebody from the you are formerly with the police enforcement. That's a word tongue-tied. I'm sorry. Law enforcement. Thank you. And so, but I also wanted to mention that Denim Day is intended to really raise awareness when it comes to sexual assault. So the juxtaposition, though, from being formerly in law enforcement to now opening your own vintage store, how did that all come about?
Well, anybody that knows me would know it would make a lot of sense for me. I grew up in a historic home with retro-loving parents. I'm a history lover, an old soul, so I love everything that's old.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about denim. I'm curious, look at this. What I love about denim is the versatility with denim. You can see all of the different ways that you can use denim. It's a wonderful way that you can it's a wonderful fabric that you can embellish, but why do you think that denim has stood the test of time?
Well, denim is durable for one thing. That's how it got its start. Durable, it's going to last, stand the test of time. It's a cost-effective. You know, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can do anything with it.
All right. Well, moving on. Let's take a look here at this piece right here. You've got items for men. You also have these overalls too that I think you have paired with a vintage Pat Benatar T-shirt. And that looks so chic, even though it is a pair of well-worn overalls.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I decided to showcase this, because as a vintage lover and enthusiast like me, it's okay that denim is worn and faded. In fact, it's really more sought after when it's worn and faded. I mean, it tells the story, what all this has been through. It's got this, old rusty hardware. Just no telling what it's been through. These overalls here are Washington, D.C. They probably came out in the 60s. Great back on it. You can wear this buttoned. You can wear it, half unbuttoned. I think it gives it a little bit more
style.
Yeah.
And I also want to talk about these big boys that we see up here, the Lee Riders. Now, those, you turned down an offer of $1,500, and you turned it down.
I did.
What makes those so special?
Okay, so those are late 1940s Lee Riders, which are collectible for a couple of different reasons. One being that they're vintage denim, and they're Lee, and they're chain stitched, and that came about when Lee and Wrangler were in competition with each other in the late 40s. They both got their start around that time.
And what better way than to cater to the cowboy than at the rodeo? All right, I want to also get to some of these other fashions. Let's pull out that denim coat.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Woohoo! I would give anything to own something like that. And that just, again, speaks to the durability of the fabric, that you can bedazzle it any way you want to.
That's right.
That's a pretty piece. All right, and I also want to let my friends know that I hope to be coming home with these bad boys. These are from the 1970s, right?
Yes.
Beautiful embroidery, so much work, so much time went into this. There really is this love of denim. Show us a couple more pieces.
Okay, so the reason why I think that, denim is great, denim's always great. You can get denim now, but to me, in my, vintage loving heart, vintage denim is just cooler. And I can give you some examples. So, where are you going to find jeans like this in the store today?
You're not going to find jeans like this in the store today. And you're not going to believe this, Laura, but we are out of time. It's just a sin, is what it is. Because we could be talking about this forever. Look,
Fort Worth.
I might have to bring these home with me too. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what's happening to me. I'm so distracted. I literally cannot keep focused because everywhere I look at something more special. You need to come and stop by the store. You can also find her online, but you really need to come and stop by because you are just surrounded by so much coolness. Beyond denim, even. Lots of vintage clothing from the 60s and the 70s. You don't want to miss it. You can find out more information by going to her website, which I've put there on the screen. Thank you, Laura. Didn't
Thank
that
you
go by
so
too
much.
fast?
Yeah.